This vaccine is safe and it has been certified safe and usable.
Hello and welcome to Nationwide today on the network service of the NTA. I am Elizabeth Omori, and compliments of the season. Federal government has declared free train movement across the country from December 24th to January 4th, 2022. A statement by the Managing Director, Nigerian Railway Corporation, indicates that the free train movement, which is in the spirit of the season, is to enable Nigerians celebrate with their loved ones. The ride covers both the standard and narrow gauge across the country. Passengers are, however, advised to ensure they obtain their tickets from appropriate quarters at no cost to enable them gain access to the train and to also control traffic. COVID-19 protocols are to be adhered to. Following that development, joining me from Regasa train station is Sulaiman Rigachukun, and he will bring us up to speed on happenings at the station. Sulaiman, could you give us a brief on what is happening at the train station?
What is happening at the Regasa train station, where I'm standing right now, is the influx of passengers to and from Abuja since the announcement of free train service or free train movement by the Nigerian Railway Corporation. And earlier spoken to passengers who have trooped in here to travel to Abuja since morning, have been expressing gratitude to the federal government with this gesture, and they really testify to us that the ticket is free, both online and also here at the train station. So they are full of gratitude to God, and you can see that from the clips. Really, the train station experienced unprecedented turnout of people willing to travel to see their loved ones.
Man, aside the rush, more importantly is safety at this time. Are people complying to the COVID-19 guidelines?
Well, actually, not only the travelers, even we that are coming in to give coverage to the development here, we were not allowed to come in without the washing of our hands at the gate and also wearing of face masks. I'm not wearing face masks now because of the live streaming, but all other colleagues of ours, including the cameraman, the person behind the camera, is wearing his face mask. So the people who have come in here have really complied to COVID-19 prevention protocol, and it's a rule. Anybody without it will not be allowed into the train station.
All right, thank you so much, Rigachukun. We hope to get more updates from you subsequently.
Yes, thank you very much.
Moving on, the newly appointed minister from Taraba, Muazu Jaji Sambo, has been sworn in to fill existing vacancy in the Federal Executive Council. President Muhammadu Buhari performed the ceremony in conformity with the provisions of the 1999 Constitution as amended. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports.
I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Born 62 years ago in Jalingo, Taraba State, Muazu Jaji Sambo is a building graduate from Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. He is a corporate member of the Nigerian Institute of Building, Council of Registered Builders of Nigeria, and the Nigerian Institute of Management. Described in his citation as a grassroots mobilizer, the new minister worked as senior civil engineer with the Nigerian Post Authority, served in various management positions in the banking and insurance industries, and retired in 2019 as general manager, National Inland Waterways Authority, Lagos Zonal Office.
Congratulations, Honorable Minister, and posted to Ministry of Works and Housing.
The new Minister of State for Works and Housing, Muazu Jaji Sambu, thanked President Muhammadu Buhari for what he called the heavy sense of responsibility placed on him and promised to live above board in discharging his mandate.
I want to assure Mr. President that the confidence he has reposed in me will not be misplaced. I'll assure Nigerians that I shall carry out my duties as Minister of the Government of the Federation in accordance with the oath of office that has just been administered on me, and that I will help Mr. President to propel this country forward.
So what will Nigerians expect from you as Minister of State for Works?
Nigerians will expect a very hard-working slave driver.
Muazu Jaji Sambo replaced Salim Mamman, sacked by President Muhammadu Buhari as Minister of Power on the 1st of September 2021. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
The Federal Road Safety Corps has assured of free movement during the holidays, and our correspondents are actually at traffic-prone states as we speak. But we'll start with Francis Edojo in Lokoja. Francis, if you can hear me clearly, what is the situation in Lokoja?
The situation of traffic has been very okay. There's not been heavy traffic except for the morning towards the 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But as from 2 o'clock, there will be very low traffic. And so the road safety sector commander here informed that they have been up and doing, and that resulted to the low traffic at this moment. So I don't know if there is time for him to speak with the audience.
All right, Francis, can you hear me clearly?
Clearly.
So what is interstate movement like in Lokoja? Because this is the time we have people moving in and out of the states.
Yes, Lokoja is one of the gateways to different parts of the country, and it is expected that the traffic situation here will be very heavy. But fortunately for us here, it has not been so, and people are moving freely without any traffic jam. The road safety sector commander and officers of other security agencies are also here to ensure that the traffic situation is normal.
All right, Francis, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.
We do apologize for the inaudibility while he was speaking. We now join Austin Edemodu in Asaba to get a situation report from him. Austin, can we hear from you?
Nature of the traffic You can see clearly that around me there is heavy traffic build up within the area. How hectic the traffic is. This is the people going to the eastern part of the country. And the traffic is very at the Taba on the bridge end.
Austin, if you can hear me clearly, what's the mood like over there, considering the traffic? Because we know that that area is traffic prone.
I can't hear you well. You said?
I said, what's the mood like? How are the people feeling it On the Chabridge.
Okay, that's the essence. Hello. Early this morning, the new sector commander who just resumed duty on the 17th of this month was at the bridgehead to monitor the situation about the instruction of the directive given by the Corps Marshal Boboye, who was here to say that travelers are going to have seamless travel across the bridge. The traffic is building up and it's against what we expected. This is something very terrible and a very serious situation here at the Asaba.
All right, Austin, thank you so much for your time. Thank you very much. We hope to get more updates from you later. Thank you so much. All right, now when I have the Public Education Corps Officer of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Mr. Kazim, to tell us plans made by the Corps to ensure that the holidays are traffic-free. Mr. Kazim, thank you so much for joining us on the news.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm sure you've listened to...
I was monitoring you from here. Okay. So at the time when you have it, you were cutting off the edge, they removed it. That was why I collected.
Are you hearing me?
I can hear you quite well.
I'm seeing it here.
Yeah, so the planning this year was very enormous. We started early. We began with Ember Month campaign as far back as September.
Okay.
And we deployed men, about 35,000 special marshals and regular marshals, deploy all our resources, ambulances, tow trucks, patrol cars, admin vehicles, motorbikes. And we equally have been collaborating with sister agencies like Army, Police. And the Corps Marshal went around to sensitize, to look around and find out himself the situation on ground and the challenges. And where he could assist, he was able to assist. And that is why we're having relative peace and a good result in all ramifications, in all areas. We identify about 33 black spots, and we deployed adequately and made sure that people were there. And that is why you could see that everything is moving smoothly.
All right, Mr. Kasim, I'll join you quite in a short while, but I'd like to join my colleague at Gwagwalada to get an update from him. All right, Ilyasu, what is the situation like at Gwagwalada, because we actually know how that area is? Okay, we seem to have lost audio with Ilya, so we'll actually go back to him. But we hear Mr. Kazim is still actually on the line for us. Mr. Kazim, can you hear me?
Apart from this, we equally sensitize the military and the police to ease up the checkpoints around town so that it will be very easy for people to move around. Okay. And we equally block loopholes. I mean, the areas where people can take one way and face oncoming traffic. And our deployment was been early enough. We, as early as 6, you see our men, and we don't leave until about 11 p.m. in the night, making sure that we do skeletal night patrols with armed men. So far so good. We were happy with what is going on.
All right, Mr. Kazim, thank you so much for your time. Thank you very much. All right, Ilyasu is ready for us. Ilyasu, what is the situation like at Gwagwalada? Because we actually, like I said earlier, we know that area.
It's actually a seamless one around here. 2, 3, 4 years ago, passing through this road would have been a Herculean task for Nigerians who are traveling through to go and celebrate the festivities with their family and loved ones. But today, it is a quiet and very free road around here. As it is the culture here, you would have also seen traffic managers, that's the road safety and other security agencies here, doing everything they can to ensure that there is conformity to traffic rules and regulation. But here it is a very simple and seamless. In fact, down to my right, like my left on this side, is the Lokoja Abuja transit route going towards Lokoja. But from all indications, it is an empty road. It is a seamless traffic route around here.
Right. Ilyasu, we know that Gwagwalada Road, the road linking other states, is actually usually filled up with heavy trucks. What's the situation there? Have they moved?
Can you come again, please?
The gate from the FCT usually has actually heavy trucks at some points. Have they moved, or are they obstructing free flow?
You know, if you are also familiar with developments around here, there's been frantic efforts to dualize and open up the road for free flow of traffic around here by the authorities. While that was going on, the traffics that are used, the truck that are used to parking along the routes here, efforts were also made by traffic managers to relocate them from around here. So that also to a large extent contributed to the ease of the clog of traffic around here. The trucks are no longer here. As you can see from the stretch of the road behind me, it is a very free and open road for road users to travel through, and that has also to a large extent account to the ease of traffic around these roads.
So much for your time. Thank you very much. Anumo Basi is ready for us from Onitsha, and she'll be telling us what's going on there in terms of traffic. Umo, let's hear from you. All right, looks like Umo is not ready, but we will go back. We'll join her in the course of the bulletin. Chief Whip of the Senate, Orji Uzo-Kalu, has urged Nigerians to sustain their support for President Muhammadu Buhari in his efforts to reposition the country. A statement indicated that the Chief Whip made the appeal when his constituents from Isugu in Ohafia local government area of Abia State visited him in Abuja. He reeled out major infrastructural development of the Buhari administration and explained that the feat achieved so far in his capacity as a senator is attributed to the generosity of the president to the southeast. Senator Carlos said despite the campaign of calumny, the president has been patriotic and selfless with many projects in the southeast, including the construction of Second Niger Bridge rehabilitation and rehabilitation of Enugu-Port Harcourt Expressway, as well as rehabilitation of Bende Arochukwu-Ohafia Road, the construction of the runway of Akamu Ibiam International Airport, Enugu, and the Chioha Arochukwu Road in Abia State. President Muhammadu Buhari rejoices with Christians in Nigeria as they join fellow believers all over the world to celebrate this season. In a statement, President Buhari says it is a special period that brings people of the world together with one purpose: to celebrate togetherness, joy, peace, and above all to share love with one another through exchange of goodwill and gifts. The President, in his Christmas message, noted the impact of COVID-19 pandemic on mankind, its devastating consequences on the economy and social interaction, and appeals to Nigerians to embrace vaccination, which is the best scientifically known defense against their pandemic. Meanwhile, commending Presidential Steering Committee under the headship of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, he urged those that have taken the 2 doses to go ahead and take the booster as advised. On security, the President noted that the nation's courageous security forces, bolstered by the necessary support from this administration, daily confront the wicked ones amongst us who continue to threaten the peace of the land. He expressed their confidence that with a renewed confidence and commitment to committed security personnel, all these issues which inflict pain and trauma will soon be history. President Buhari also says he will continue to create opportunities for the teeming youth to ventilate their tremendous energy, as he urges all Nigerians to spare moments to reach out to the less privileged and pray for the gallant security personnel fulfilling their oath to keep us safe. President Muhammadu Buhari has expressed formal appreciation to the 9th National Assembly for keeping faith with the resolve by his administration to implement national budgets within January to December cycles. This was when he engaged Senate President Ahmed Lawan and Speaker Femi Gbajabiamila at his official residence Thursday evening. State House correspondent Adamu Sambu has details.
President Muhammadu Buhari had just returned from a tedious official engagement in Maiduguri, Borno State. This meeting with presiding officers of the National Assembly, coming almost immediately after, had to go on at his instance. The president wants to formally appreciate the lawmakers for passing the national budget once again in good time. The 2022 appropriations bill submitted by him to a joint session of the National Assembly on the 7th of October this year was passed in 6 weeks.
This is essentially the reason why he invited the Speaker and I to say that National Assembly, thank you very much for working with us, for making this budget 2022 passed in good time like you did for 2020 and 2021. And I want to assure Nigerians that the budget that we pass in the National Assembly, especially this one, is a budget that will consolidate the previous budget, especially for 2020 and 2021. And you recall that for 2020 budget, 100% of it was implemented. And that is because we have been able to produce the document in good time, and Mr. President assented to it as well, as quickly as possible. And this is because we believe that Nigerians deserve to have a better life, a better security, better economy. Today, across this country, in every part of Nigeria, if there is one construction of infrastructure or the other. Today, in every part of Nigeria, MDAs are engaged and involved in serious empowerment programs for people who are disadvantaged, those at the lowest level of socio-economic ladder. So I believe that the administration has been doing so well, and for us, the National Assembly, the 9th National Assembly, is to ensure that this does not stop. And that is because Mr. President has given that leadership. And so we are very happy that this partnership, this synergy between the 9th National Assembly and the executive arm of government has been producing very, very good results for our economy, for our stability, and for Nigeria to continue to prosper.
The Senate President expressed optimism that the budget, as passed by the National Assembly, will be assented to by the President next week. NTA News, however, sought to know whether President Buhari's decision to withhold assent to the Electoral Act Amendment Bill was a surprise to the lawmakers.
The matter is not whether I'm surprised or not, but I want to say this, that at the end of the day, what will come out of all these processes will be to the benefit of our electoral processes. It will be an outcome that will ensure that INEC is able to monitor these processes properly, that our political parties are also able to be strong, that at the end of the day, Nigerians should have an electoral act amended to make the election of Nigerians into various offices very, very transparent, full of integrity.
Is it true that lawmakers have started collecting signatures to veto the president on this?
I'm not aware of any such things, at least not in my chambers. We're on break right now, but when we come back from our recess, there's still ample time. We will make a determination one way or the other. He stated copiously his reasons why he didn't think the contentious issue should be part of the electoral law. We will sit down, we will look at it, which way to go. The options are there. We will do what is right for the Nigerian people, and I made it very clear that we're not going to throw away the baby with the bathwater. A credible electoral process and law is what is required at this time. Nigerians want it, and Nigerians will get it.
The National Assembly is expected to take a formal decision on the bill on resumption of plenary in January next year. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
You're watching Nationwide on NTA. Let's pause here and join Adiola in Lagos for more reports. Hello, Adiola, and compliments of the season.
Hello, Lizzie. Compliments of the season to you too. A 330 kVA transmission cable on Friday collapsed as a result of a pipeline explosion which occurred due to vandalism at Igondo-Idimu Road. Emergency responders are addressing the situation which has affected traffic in the area, although no life was lost and no injury recorded. The inferno caused by the vandalized pipeline along Isheri-Olofin off Igondo-Lasu Road resulted in the destruction of a Ikeja West Akongba 330 kV Line 1 conductors, burning it off and its eventual collapse. Meanwhile, traffic has been diverted to allow emergency responders effect repairs while supply to the major Akongba 330, 132 and 33 kV substations has been cut off. Effort is, however, ongoing to remove damaged towers and conductors obstructing traffic flow on the road, while TCN has backfed all substations severed from the grid by the towers collapse, though with load rationing. In addition, the Ikeja West Akongba 330 kV Line 2, the tripped, is also being patrolled to ascertain its healthiness before restoration. The TCN has assured the public the supply will be restored to all substations as soon as possible. The federal government is spreading the spirit of love and giving synonymous with the season, as passengers navigating the Lagos-Ibadan corridor can now enjoy free train ride from now till the 4th of January 2022. Lagos District Manager of the Nigerian Railway Corporation, Engineer Jerry Oche, disclosed this in an interview with Hingino John.
The Mobolaji Johnson train station, Ebutemeta, crowded with Ibadan-bound passengers. Precious Abuja and Tolashe Sunday are excited to have a new experience as they wait to catch a train for the first time in their lives.
A journey of 4 hours will be 2 hours, 30 minutes. It's a thing of joy.
I heard from a friend that it's actually nice, so hopefully I'll get home on time.
Sights like this are normal during festive seasons as many passengers travel to celebrate the Christmas and New Year holidays with families and loved ones. Some worry that the usual number of trips will not accommodate the influx of passengers. The good news here is that such fears are being allayed by the Nigerian Railway Corporation.
We increased the number of trips because of the Yuletide season, and this is just to meet people's request. On normal days, as the weekdays, we're doing 2 trips every day, morning and evening. So we've increased that to 3 trips. We started this on the 20th, and then Friday and Saturday that we were doing 3 trips before. Now we're doing 4.
Passengers plying the Lagos-Ibadan rail corridor commended the federal government for the gesture.
We have a different approach to transport business in Nigeria. I think we have to commend the brains behind this kind of setup because it's near perfect.
It's safer, you're sitting comfortably, it's almost like you are in an aeroplane.
While the excitement continues about the kind gesture of the federal government, the optimism here is that there is enough time to catch the next free train because it is a long holiday. In Lagos, Hingino John, NTA News.
In the biblical account, 3 wise men were guided to the location of baby Jesus by twinkling stars. Many Christians believe for this reason there is a deep connection between Christmas celebration and lighting. That link has been creatively explored in this generation as seen in colorful decorations that adorn the streets of Lagos during the Yuletide. Adeniyi Taiwo has more.
The book, See, Paris and Die, might have been written to capture how enthralled young Soviets were with Western culture in the twilight of the Soviet Union. But that expression also captures the beauty and light of the city of Paris in France. Now, talking about light, This is one space where creativity and colors meet to offer Nigerians the best of decorations for this Yuletide season. Just as it was during the birth of Christ over 2 millennia ago, the Yuletide has always been special with the change in weather and streets generally bathing in colors and light. Ajose Adogun in the heart of Victoria Island is the new rendezvous and go-to place for fun-seeking residents of Lagos State. The ambience, defined by a constellation of shimmering light, colors and creative concept, has over the years pulled residents like Darlington to its allure, while young Kaito is a first-time visitor.
I always look forward that this particular place, I'm going to come here with my kids. So it's always in the calendar for me.
What do you like about it?
The reddish color.
Okay.
And it's really beautiful because red is my favorite color.
The scenery is good enough for taking beautiful pictures and even for doing dance videos. But beyond that, these decorations come with special feelings and messages.
This place is so beautiful, it reminds me of Christ.
The season of love, sharing, caring, and oneness.
Elsewhere in Lagos, a city known for shows and splendor, similar creative decorations adorn streets and establishments, especially in places like Ikeja and Ikoyi, making the Yuletide really special. With a number of private organizations driving this feel-good ambience, other festive seasons hold similar promise of elegance, glitters, and fun. In Lagos, Adeni Taiwo, NTA News.
That's it from here. We shall be taking our first break, and when we return, it will be time for Kemi Enibado to give us the stories from that zone.
57-kilometer Lagos-Ibadan Railway is the first double-track standard gauge railway to be built in West Africa. The Mobolaji Johnson train station is a masterpiece, an infrastructure that is gradually becoming an iconic building in Lagos State. The modern facilities put the station on a world map of train stations. Likewise, other new train stations across the country built to world-class standards. The train and its convenience is indeed an admirable effort, with commendations from Nigerians.
This is a station that we have to commend the federal government for putting a beautiful face, empowering us in Lagos State, not only in economic and political arena.
I can say that I'm really impressed with the infrastructures in place. Kudos to the Minister of Transportations, kudos to the federal government.
Truly, good things are coming out of Nigeria, and the federal government is deserving of all the applause.
The 2022 Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebration is here again. The Nigeria Armed Forces work tirelessly day and night to give us peace to go about our businesses. Some have paid the supreme price. Should we forget the families and loved ones they left behind? No.
I am therefore privileged to honor these veterans who devoted most of their lives, active lives, to securing the nation and the world at large.
So, let's support the Nigerian Armed Forces and their families, corporate organizations, government agencies, parastatals, and individuals. Let's show our love and support for our armed forces. They are our heroes. Buy the Armed Forces Remembrance Emblem and donate into the Armed Forces Remembrance Emblem Appeal account. We love you, and your labor and sacrifice will not be in vain for spilling your blood for us to live.
We have come to the end of another successful year. We wish to appreciate all those who mean so much to us. Our clients, the 3 tiers of government, ministries, departments, and agencies, corporate bodies, advertisers, religious bodies, civil society groups, political parties. You are esteemed viewers. Together, we made 2021 great. Together, we shall make 2022 greater. Thank you. Wishing you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year from all of us at NTA.
Manchester City sit at the top of the table this Christmas. Can Leicester City put a damper on the holiday cheer when they visit the Etihad Stadium? This Sunday, it's Manchester City versus Leicester City on the Premier League Live, showing on the network service of the NTA from 3:30 p.m. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Baba Ijebu and powered by Integral.
Compliments of the season and a warm welcome to Ibadan. Few up.
We do sincerely apologize for that glitch. All right, we understand that our studio is ready for us in Ibadan, so we'll join Kemi again.
Thank you for rejoining us. Few hours to Christmas celebration, correspondent Kayode Oladoshu visited some markets and motor parks in Ibadan metropolis and brought back the situation reports.
Another has become one of the symbolic features of any festive period. As 2021 Christmas beckons, a visit to motor parks and markets in the metropolis indicates a turnout of people either for last-minute purchase of goods or to board vehicles to various destinations with complaints of hiking fare and prices of goods.
Last month we were paying transport of 7,000, but now it's 8,500 naira.
I'm seeing it as maybe it's an opportunity for our people, our drivers, because on the norms before this time it's not up to this amount.
I buy the growler last year 4,500, but now I'm asking it now, they are telling it's 10,000 naira.
Motorists tagged the hiking fare as misconception of passengers, as market men and women also expressed low patronage.
Some passengers may complain of increasement in transport fare, but it depends on where those people are going.
I normally buy our market. We did not see them because it was very funny. It's all a little markets that we are just selling.
Regardless of the cost of transportation and food items, people still move in numbers at the parks and markets with hope of celebrating Christmas with their loved ones. In Ibadan, Kayode Oladoshu, NTA News.
And residents of Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, have been told to be extra conscious of criminally minded individuals and report suspicious movements to the police and other security agencies during the Christmas and New Year celebrations. The Commissioner of Police, Oyo State Command, Ngozi Onodeko, gave the advice while speaking in Ibadan ahead of festivities. Correspondent Rofia Anima Shambadmas reports.
Merrymaking and other activities are usually associated with Christmas and New Year festivity. Therefore, Oyo State Police Command and sister agencies have warned hoodlums to desist from all forms of criminality to avail people of peaceful celebration. The police reiterated adequate preparations for security of lives and property before, during, and after the Yuletide.
We will continue with our visibility patrolling, raiding, and to ensure that all crimes and criminality is kept at bay now and beyond. But we're still enjoying them. If you see something, say something. So we wish them a very Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year.
The Commissioner, however, solicited support of members of the public for credible and intelligent information to nip crime on the board. In Ibadan, Rofia Animation Badmos, NTA News.
And that's it from Ibadan. It's back to Elizabeth for more on Nationwide.
Thank you so much, Kemi, and nice to see you. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control has confirmed 1,940 new cases of COVID-19 in Nigeria. A breakdown of the cases shows that Lagos has 845 new cases, followed by FCT with 734. Oyo has 120, Rivers 69, Delta 30, Kaduna 29, Edo 21, and Plateau 20. Others are Gombe with 14 new cases, Anambra and Enugu 11 cases each, Osun 10, Ekiti 8, and Kano 5. Bayelsa and Ogun recorded 4 cases each, Katsina 3, while Bauchi and Jigawa have 1 case each. The 1,940 new cases bring the total number of confirmed cases in the country to 233,354, out of which 212,040 have been treated and discharged, with 2,991 deaths recorded. Away from health, the need for Christians to celebrate Christmas responsibly by observing non-pharmaceutical protocols to mitigate further spread of COVID-19 has been re-emphasized on Good Morning Nigeria. Guests on the program are unanimous that obedience to constituted authority is central to the birth of Christ Jesus and the Christmas message. Lydia Sampson reports.
At most celebrations, people let down their guard, catching fun. However, with COVID-19 reality, key players say it cannot be business as usual.
Because of the situation we have on ground, it's not a must you are going to, go in large number to see someone. But you place a call, Merry Christmas to you. I rejoice with you, Jesus is born today in Bethlehem, Judea.
Christmas also teaches obedience. If you submit yourself by observing social distance, look, if you submit yourself by being vaccinated, you are just simply doing one of the things that happen at Christmas.
The duty is always to remind people, if you don't fear this, protect the other. Because that is the essence of the Christian faith as well.
While reiterating the significance of the birth of Jesus Christ to the centrality of Christianity and God's love for mankind, the clergymen also called for peaceful coexistence among Nigerians irrespective of differences. For Dr. Abubakar Tafida, Secretary, FCT Health and Human Service Secretariat, the FCT is not relenting in sustaining awareness creation and access to vaccination to mitigate the spread of COVID-19.
As we go into this Yuletide period, please, as you spread love, don't spread the virus.
Dr. Tafida applauded the clergymen and called for sustainable awareness creation for those that are not vaccinated to get vaccinated. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
Christmas comes with lots of merriment and friendship. One of such is the circulation of hampers. Tessie Omeri takes a look at this long tradition and its significance.
Different things to different people. For some, it is a time where families' bond is strengthened through exchange of visits and gifts called hamper. It is indeed a common sight at this period to see beautifully packaged gift items exchanging hands from individuals' organizations. What really is its significance? Well, clergymen share their views.
God first demonstrated his gift to us by giving us Jesus Christ for salvation. And so I think that at Christmas we are also supposed to demonstrate that gesture by giving to the needy, to our loved ones, and to everybody.
Christmas is a time you show love to people and you appreciate. When you see people that they are less privileged, you communicate to them, giving open door.
This concept, first introduced to England in the 11th century, was originally for charity to poor families who were in need of food and clothing. But this is not the case in the 21st century.
Be you a Christian, be you a Muslim or any other religion, we should cultivate the habit of giving. There are people who are out there looking for just a meal to keep them alive.
According to the clergy, since Jesus Christ himself, the reason for the season, is a gift to mankind, it behoves on all to give gifts all year round, especially this season, as it is better to give than to receive. Tessie Omeri, NTA News.
And of course, Christmas is here again with its usual hustle and bustle, as well as visits by people who often spend time with their kith and kin. Uyo, capital of Akwa Ibom State, is not different to the phenomenon, as the streets and roundabouts are wearing decorations depicting the Yuletide. Utibe Archibong reports.
The
For the years, Christmas celebrations have been marked with pomp and loads of festivities to keep Christians and non-Christians alike to get a feel of the annual Christian ritual. Uyo, Akwa Ibom State is not an exception, as the city at night is literally a spectacle, wearing a new look and depicting the season. These decorations, occasioned by the season, have afforded family members, lovers, and people from all walks of life the opportunity to relax. The city affords Christmas fun seekers with a choice, as a Christmas village provides another ambience that makes Christmas in Uyo a preferred destination.
I think one of the most retouches as it appears in southern Nigeria is in Akwa Ibom State. Quite frankly, I'm not being partial because I'm from here. I'm telling you because every southern state I've ever visited during the festive period, this is often the most beautiful one.
Everywhere is just looking very beautiful. It's shining everywhere because if they did not decorate this place, nobody would have come here. But see children, so much children and parents, they are here to play.
So I want to thank our governor. He's trying way for us to make this place to be comfortable for us, to bring our children to come and stay here to collect fresh air.
In Uyo, Utube Achibong, NTA News.
Thank you, Tibe, for that report. Now it's time to head to Maiduguri, where Mohammed is standing by. Hello, Mohammed, and compliments of the season.
Thank you, Elizabeth, and compliments of the season to you too. Welcome to Nationwide from Maiduguri. Borno State government has stressed that it is committed to Kampala Convention in its resettlement drive and would not compel any displaced person to return home. Governor Babagana Umara Zulum reiterated position of his administration in Maiduguri during the 2021 last coordination meeting with INGOs, donors, and development partners organized by the state's Agency for Coordination of Sustainable Development and Humanitarian Responses held at the Musa Osman Secretariat Maiduguri. Mohammed Goni reports.
Borno State government issued statements signed by Governor Zulum banning national and international partners from distributing food and non-food items in newly resettled communities. The statement states the move was to strengthen resilience, support the people build back their lives, and get away from poverty by winning the people off humanitarian food distribution through empowerment scheme already initiated by government.
The three options are like this. One, people can leave the camp and go into Maiduguri townships. Again, the money that we are giving to them can help them to start their means of livelihood. There can be a role for our microcredit grant program. The second option, people can leave the camp and go back to the newly built houses in their local government headquarters or villages. 3, people can also choose to remain in an IDP camp, in which case we move them to another camp, as we know is being done during camp mergers.
Governor Babagana Umara said closure of camps and subsequent relocation of IDPs to their communities was informed by the yearning of the people to return to normal life, owing to improved security situation in most parts of the state, as well as hardship and undignified lives in IDPs camps. The governor added that state government has expanded houses in collaboration with federal government and other partners in places adjudged secure by the security agencies to enable returnees build back their lives again away from humanitarian situation after giving them and their spouses support to start off their lives, stressing that it is in such places that government has banned distribution of food and non-food items to safeguard dignity of the people. According to the governor, government is moving away from short-term support to a medium and long-term durable solution for the betterment of the citizenry. Governor Zulum also noted that the state government has also set up monitoring committee to check resettled communities to identify areas of need for government support. In Maiduguri, Mohammed Goni, NTA News.
And in the spirit of the season, Borno State government has approved additional 1 month's salary and a bag of rice each to members of civilian JTF Hunters Vigilante Group, Borno State Environmental Protection Agency Vanguards, and Comfort Cleaners as end-of-year bonus. Governor Babagana Umara Zulum disclosed this while commending sacrifices of the beneficiaries to the state. Nurjana to Hassan reports.
Governor Babagana government decided to reward them in view of their efforts in providing security to the state and ensuring a clean environment within and outside the state capital. While appreciating their efforts and resilience in supporting the state government's transformation drive, the governor said apart from the 1 month salary allowance, government would also provide them with 1 bag of rice each. He also disclosed his administration's determination to offer scholarship to the families of the deceased members of civilian JTF.
The government of Borno State particularly invited you in recognition of your own commitment, of your own performances towards your job. Particularly, I decided to single out these 2 organizations that you work with. No amount of support can become much for the quantum of work that you people are doing.
State Attorney General, who is overseeing Ministry of Environment, Barrister Kakashi Hulawan, charged the youth to shun all forms of social vices and use the opportunities given to them by the present administration to become good ambassadors of the state, as Governor Babagana Umara is committed towards improving their means of livelihood. Heads of the beneficiaries expressed gratitude to the governor and prayed for total restoration of peace to the state, as well as pledged their unflinching support to the government of Professor Babagana Umara Zulum. In Maiduguri, Mirjana to Hassan, NTA News.
That is it from Maiduguri. Nationwide will continue with Salamatu in Kaduna after this next commercial break.
In gaining admission into NTA TV College, Jos, for the 2021-2022 2-year National Innovation Diploma Program are to apply for admission through the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB. Courses available for application include Film and Television Production, Broadcast Journalism, and Television Engineering Technology. Such candidates must have a minimum of 5 O-level credits in relevant subjects including English language and mathematics. For inquiries, please call 0803-079-5335 or 0806-980-9807. Management Announcer.
From dusk to dawn, 24 hours a day, NTA International is with you in your living room, office, everywhere and anywhere. We provide the company you desire in terms of balanced and up-to-date news, programs and the best of entertainment. Tune in to DSTV channel 251, GoTV channel 91, Freeview UK channel 264, or you can download www.visiontv.co.uk, app for iOS or Android. You can also see us on Facebook and YouTube for quality content on the go. NTA International, Africa's window to the world.
Over Femi Martins, just look at this. Remember the name.
The African Cup of Nations starts on the 9th of January 2022 on NTA, powered by Afrosports. For sponsorship and advertisements, contact us on 090-9890-6913 or 090-3513-2838.
Manchester City sit at the top of the table this Christmas. Can Leicester City put a damper on the holiday cheer when they visit the Etihad Stadium this Sunday? It's Manchester City versus Leicester City on the Premier League Live, showing on the network service of the NTA from 3:30 p.m. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Baba Ijebu and powered by Integral.
Thanks for staying tuned.
Domestic products soared to 1.6 trillion naira in 2021 from the 900 billion naira witnessed in 2015, courtesy innovations and mechanization of agriculture through the continuous government support to farmers in the state. Governor Muhammad Badaru Abubakar stated this while presenting prizes to farmers and extension service workers who excelled in the arts of farming this year. Muhammad Askira has the details.
Gida yana mun wahala yanzu kuma da na samu tallafin nan daga gwamnati ba ma ni nawa gidan ba gidan makota da yan uwa ma duk ina iya tallafa musu domin su ci moriyar wannan tallafi ne ma da nake samu.
Gwamnatin nan ta bani gona aro kuma ta bani taki ta bani inji ta bani maganin feshi ta tallafa min da kuɗi.
These farmers and extension workers are the key players in the transformation process of agriculture in Jigawa State. They translate the state's and the federal government's agri-loan inputs into real business that it becomes in Jigawa. They have distinguished themselves in the knowledge transfer and implementation that led to the winning of these prizes. The unrelenting support has boosted yields per hectare from 2.5 tons in 2015 to the peaks of 8 tons per hectare in 2020.
The training and retraining of our extension service workers and the support given to them has played a key role in achieving the success recorded in the agricultural sector in the state.
Those government policies and programs have never been focused, inclusive, equitable as they are today.
The cluster farming program is replacing the crude method of practicing agriculture with the loan repayment rates by the farmers stands at 75 to 80%.
Federal government has done remarkably well in Anko Bora program. Thousands and thousands of people benefited. Our life, our success, our future depend on how hard we work today and create our own economy in Jigawa State.
The provision of free fertilizer blending companies and more processing companies have made agriculture the economic power of the state. Poverty and its consequences are minimized among citizens in Jigawa to the bearable level. Muhammad Askira, NTA News.
And that concludes Nationwide today. Thanks for watching. Remember to join NTA in the fight against rape and rapists. Compliment of the season.
Welcome to the world's first football scouting reality show, Football Dreams. We kicked off an extensive scouting selection for football talents in 2019